also feel like I've known Muhammad for a long
Right?
time.
I almost feel like I can vouch for the guy. He seems great.
What in the parasocial relationship
I
is
know.
happening to me right now?
Hi there.
Hi.
Welcome to membriash.
Welcome. We're watching Love's Blind Habibi episode 7.
She just got up.
I just woke up.
It's 10 o'clock. Sometimes you just need to sleep in, you know?
Okay.
So we're going to watch episode 7 of Habibi, Family Matters.
Are we saying anything about the show or are we just hopping in?
What are we going to say about the show?
Shortest intro of all time.
No,
Let's
it's
go.
second.
Listen to me, son. When you respect her, this makes her respect you.
Man, his
Oh.
parents and grandparents are just awesome.
That's great advice.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect respect without giving it.
She seems to me like a sweet girl and kind-hearted. I don't know, I really like her. Really.
Well, 2 generations of approval right there.
Yeah. She is great, and
Yeah.
they get along really well together.
They could. People said keep your eye on Shafiq, and maybe that was just around the Noor shit. Because I'm not seeing him be terrible since then. He's got apprehensions. You know, he simultaneously wants a bride that hasn't dated a bunch of people, but then is also like, you know, she's young, but...
But, like, who among us doesn't have, like, somewhat hypocritical expectations?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I do too. I couldn't like say what they are right now, but I have expectations of people where it's like maybe I'm not fully meeting that.
Oh, I get that.
you
that.
know?
That's not like the end of the world for me.
Exercising is an integral part of my daily routine. I came here today to share a part of my daily routine with Khattab.
And this is exactly what we were talking about. Ozma isn't like... She's like, hey, this is my day. And Khattab wants to be part of it.
Totally.
You know? And they'll work out... If it's a thing they both want to do, it'll be a bonding thing, you know?
Whenever we decide to take a new step together, my relationship with Khattab gets stronger.
I like them. She is smiling constantly around him. I feel like you so often see a situation like this, and the person that's more fit is holding a grudge the whole time, and instead she's like all smiles.
It's strange. How can he decide to get married without us getting to know the bride well first?
I'm a little confused
Yeah.
about why they haven't met her already.
Yeah, right?
Like why he hasn't introduced
this
her.
is
Because both his
second
parents
time.
are like, we want to meet her.
Yeah.
So
What the hell, Khattab? Maybe she's been busy and it's been just like a scheduling thing. That's literally what was going on with
that's true.
what's her name? Safa.
Well, because it seems like everyone on the show has jobs that are pretty
Yeah.
demanding. So
Welcome, welcome, welcome. My friend. There they are.
Oh, it's a little get-together for the actual couples. This is only 3 now, right?
yeah, it actually shocks me how quickly people dropped out.
How do you feel now that you've met each other's parents?
Muhammad and Safa are like holding hands and sitting like
I
couple.
know. They're like nested in each other.
they're
yeah.
nested. Shafiq and Dunya too are like
A little
very
cutesy.
close, and Khattab and Ozma are not.
They're not as close, yeah.
Shafiq is very happy and it really shows on his face.
And maybe he's calmer now that like Simo isn't there. And
Yeah, it was a
Lenore
lot.
Isn't there?
Well,
Like,
and it's gonna be weird meeting the people that you've been dating in pods
yeah,
in person.
that's always hard.
It's hard.
We've seen
right.
people have difficult times with that, and then go on to have like really good relationships too. On the show.
Absolutely.
Like sometimes it's tough at first, and then just like you
Chelsea
smooth
and
it out.
Kwame are
Yeah,
probably the
perfect
best
example.
example of that.
Yeah.
The obstacles we have are much greater than those of the other couples. Ours are family obstacles.
Okay, but I'm confused what the family obstacles are.
I'm getting the impression that she wants him to meet her family first.
First, there's like a
Yeah.
family. Oh, I wonder why.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's like another tradition thing, or if it's just like maybe they're the more difficult to please family
Yeah.
or something. That would kind of make sense. Like what's the point of getting invested in the other family if the one doesn't want to go forward?
Ammar, he's gone?
Right, where's the dentist?
Karma broke up with
Listen, she chose dancing over him.
Good job.
Ah!
Good job.
She wants to dance.
Ammar got upset?
Of course, bro.
He
you
did.
know how he is.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Come on, bro. Even you would not accept it, man.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Situation is very difficult.
Obviously, there's a bit of a no dancing wall here, though. You know what I mean? Like between the guys, we didn't really get a sense of what Khattab said. He said it will be difficult, but he didn't say like, you know what I mean?
Dunya, to be honest, I don't blame her. Imagine if I were in her shoes and it's Noor around. Of course I would be jealous just like her.
Why is Noor being so mean to Dunya?
Stop being mean to Dunya.
Indeed it is.
I mean, Safa even looks a little uncomfortable. She's purposefully making other people uncomfortable.
Yeah. I don't hate Noor, but I just think that she's being unnecessarily, she's like reveling in making the other women uncomfortable, which for me is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel the same way. Oh, Mito.
I forgot. Oh, Mito and Noor. I forget that they were together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're such an unlikely combo to me.
Yeah.
Very strange that they wound up together.
She's very dramatic, bro, as most of Egyptians, you know? No offense.
Mito is like telling a story about being with somebody else.
Right after?
I guess.
Like a week or two later, he's like, I'm dating somebody? Is that what just happened?
Yeah.
And Noor, did you meet anyone?
Do you think I have such standards? I meet someone in one day, sorry?
Oh, that's what she's saying? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Zero character.
Oh my God, I don't need to see them fighting.
I don't either.
I'm not really
like,
here
they're
for
not
that.
together anymore. I don't care about them.
This is the point of this meetup, though. It always is. It's like the end of the show. Everybody gets together and then they fight a little bit.
I believe that whatever happens, one doesn't have to lower their standards.
What?
I would hate to be at this dinner, honestly. I hate this.
I don't like this vibe.
Yeah, because she's bringing, like, they're both bringing, I shouldn't put it all on Noor. They're both bringing negativity to this conversation that just doesn't need to be there. And they're both doing this weird one-upmanship thing.
I wish
where,
Noor
like,
and Mito get kicked out of the dinner, honestly. At
yeah,
this point.
like, why are they still here, man?
You embrace who you are and don't care about others. And I like those who embrace themselves and don't care about others.
He's trying to get with her right now.
In these 5 minutes, I feel like I got to know you 10 times more than I did in the pods.
I don't know. I feel like he just saw her and was like, she's hot. Like, I don't really think this is, like, based on anything other than that.
Well, they both said, yeah, why not for a date?
I'd love to get to know her more because I was surprised by her personality.
What was he surprised by? Just that she was cranky at Mito? Like, I'm confused about, like, where that attraction comes from. But I don't know. I mean, if they're a good match, they're a good match.
I didn't hate the way Kareem showed up at the dinner. He was straight shooting for me. He was kind of calling shit out when he saw it. I don't mind that.
To me, I don't know what the point of all that was. You have, like, several people that seem really cranky about the process.
Yeah.
And then you have several people sitting there that are clearly very in love from the process. And then people just saying, like, slightly snide things to each other
about
all night long.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a fun dinner. I wouldn't want to be part of that for sure.
It didn't seem fun at all.
I'm going to meet Safa's parents. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, Mohammed's meeting Safa's parents.
It's going to go fine because they're going to get married.
And I hope they see the same Mohammed that I see.
I think they're going to love him.
Your brother, his wife, and I'll be meeting him. And if we find him unsuitable for you, even if you like him, we'll tell you no.
For
and
sure?
to rethink your decision.
I like how, too, they're like, we're going to be straightforward with
We'll
you.
be
Like,
honest.
if we think that it's not a good match and you should rethink, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
They're not telling her, like,
She
you're not
didn't say
allowed
straight
to
no.
marry
She said,
anyone. Right.
yeah, I
She's
appreciate
like,
that.
we'll tell you should probably rethink. And it feels
Yeah.
like she respects her family's opinions enough that she would. Like, I doubt
Absolutely.
she would get married to someone that her family didn't like.
Are you ready for marriage? Are you sure it's what you want?
Do you feel like you've known her for a long time?
Well, lots of questions. Lots of
Questions
questions.
are good.
They are.
It's like I'm in court, waiting for my sentence.
I like him a lot. Yeah, he's likable. Very likable.
They like him, even though he's not feeling it because everyone's just asking him a lot of questions.
They're putting so much pressure on him that he can't track even, and maybe they're good at holding their faces. He can't track how it's going.
Yeah.
But they're like, he's great. He's laughing. He's handling it well. And then they come back in like all serious at a business table.
After Dad passed away, Hussein became my backbone.
That's sweet.
Oh
He's
my
really,
gosh.
He's really looking out.
Every time it's Safa and Muhammad, they get me choked up.
Oh
Every
my
time,
God, they're so
dude.
cute. I love them together.
Me too. They're so sweet. She just seems like such a great person.
They both do.
Oh, man.
I feel good about him. I feel like he's not a stranger to me. It's as if I've known him for a long time.
Oh, I also feel like I've known Muhammad for a long time.
I almost feel like I can vouch for the guy. He seems great.
What in the parasocial relationship
I
is
know.
happening to me right now?
We have to recognize, too, that anytime there's a quote-unquote perfect couple, they're giving them pretty much a perfect edit. So there could be things in the background. But there's usually some sort of indication or flag or something. I don't think I've seen anything with them that I'm like, oh, what about that?
I still feel like I still need the okay from you. What do you think?
Let me meet him.
Yeah, she's
What
like,
is
I
one
haven't
to
met
say?
him, right?
I couldn't endorse anybody. If you were like, hey, this person makes me happy, and I'm like, I don't know who that person, I can't give you an endorsement or not.
Right,
Like, you know
totally,
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If I don't know the person, I'd be saying the same thing.
Yeah.
That's funny. She's like, what do you think? She's like, I don't
I don't know, dude. Right, let me meet him.
Come in.
Nice. It's cozy. Wait.
What's this?
I forgot them.
Some shoes here, a bag of chips there.
I'd say typical Bachelor pad. It's still probably better than a lot of American Bachelor pads.
Oh, it is.
But
she was a bit shocked, and she's right.
He could have cleaned up too. He knew she was coming.
I
That's the thing
know.
that kills me about this is like, you know the person's coming, just clean up.
You're not a guest. It's your house. Take what you want.
Okay, my bad.
Feel like home.
Oh man, but it's the first. I understand she's not a guest, but also it's the first time she's been there. To expect her to like go around and pick her own thing out, or not to have something to offer her to drink is like a little. Come on.
He's not being as good of a host as he should be, frankly.
Exactly. It's the first time she's coming. Like, you should host her a bit.
Yeah.
And then past that, be like, here where the glasses are, here's where I keep this, whatever.
And it's nice to say your house is my house or my house is your house kind of thing. But like,
The other
exactly
person
what you're
has to feel
saying.
comfortable
You
in
want
that.
to feel taken. You want to feel taken care of when you're starting.
All right, we need to take a break and let our dog outside. So here are a couple of ads to keep you company while we're gone.
After seeing Shafiq's lifestyle, it made me anxious a little bit, and I'm kind of scared, to be honest.
Is it because he's still kind of bachelor childish in his upkeep, maybe?
I think so.
It's not like he has furniture and it looks nice in there, but it's just a little dirty. It's not super dirty, it's just a little bit.
He's just leaving stuff around, and I just don't think she would probably prefer that.
It's what you were saying. When they went to Muhammad's place, it was all cleaned up and totally great.
To me, it's almost like a degree of respect that I would show like a guest that was coming, that like the surfaces will be
especially
picked up.
the trash, yeah.
Right.
Because I actually even picked up the back over here a little bit. There's like a little bit of clutter back there, and I picked it up to make sure that our guests didn't see clutter.
Because you're coming into our little den space here.
Yeah.
But one of our concerns was families. I met her family. Now it's her turn to meet mine. God help us.
I think his family is going to love her.
Who isn't going to love Safa? Show me a person that doesn't love Safa, and I'll show you a person that doesn't exist.
I will fight you.
I'll fight you. That's all of you. Anybody? I haven't seen a single person say anything negative about Safa. If you do, we'll come for you. Automatic block.
I love that you take my cup. Like, I'm going to start fighting right now. Like, let me take your cup. You're allowed to not like Safa.
Yeah.
Just don't tell me about it.
Just don't tell me. Yeah, keep it to yourself. Go to the forums, whatever.
Go on Reddit.
I'm
I'm sure there's like a thread on Reddit that you can participate in where they don't love Safa.
My mission for the next episode is to find a single negative comment about
I don't know
Safa.
what it would be.
From my parents' point of view, I think that it's...
The parents are just going to be like, it's too quick, right?
It is fast. Really, really fast. And then where you have people that live in different countries and they have to travel at the last minute to come meet these people, like, that is hard.
Yeah, drop everything in the next 4 weeks. I need you to come to another country and meet people.
And then if you have a lot of tradition in your family or your culture around the way that people get engaged and the way people get married, this does not leave time to incorporate a lot of that stuff.
She's the first one in our family to get married.
Oh, first marriage too. That's like if you don't have kids and stuff. Like, my parents don't care if we don't have kids because they've already got a bunch of grandkids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you're the first in line... That's a whole different world.
It's a lot of pressure.
I understand it's not traditional for us to talk over the phone.
I like the idea of talking on the phone not being traditional because I hate talking on the phone.
I do too.
That's my excuse now. It's not traditional. I can't.
In my Midwest tradition, I cannot talk on the phone.
I will only respond to text messages. Do not call me. Do not FaceTime me.
I FaceTimed you the other day. I kept doing
you can. I
did it once, and then I kept accidentally hitting it. So do you know, like, I called
don't
you
think
like
I
2 times after that, and I just kept FaceTiming you at weird times.
Modernized, he's open-minded and everything.
But at the same time, he respects our traditions and customs as Arabs.
So she's like, there's a duality. He's old school at new school kind of thing.
That's why when I felt like he was talking about the dancing, he
understands the tradition, but he's kind of
he
like...
had a different perspective than like Shafiq did, because Kitab does seem like what she was saying to be very open-minded and also respectful of culture and tradition.
Yeah, so he's agreeing that it would be difficult for her, but I didn't hear him say it'll be impossible like some of the other guys, or that she was wrong. He was just like, yeah, that's hard.
Do you have any ideas for the wedding?
I like lights. I like it to be bright. I don't like when it's too dark.
Oh, I'm the opposite of this.
You like a dark, moody.
Absolutely. Yeah. If I was planning a wedding, I'd want like a dark, moody wedding. You know?
Vibes.
Oh, vibes.
Like really dark, but candlelit or something, you know? Like
I like fog vibes.
You
know?
You like medieval castle, but like vampires around the corner kind of vibes, right?
Yeah, like kind of creepy.
Or like the Pacific Northwest, like Olympic Peninsula with like the pine trees and the moss and shit and the rain coming down.
Yeah, to me that's very romantic. For some people, other people not so much.
Okay, what do you think?
This I don't like.
You like the high table?
High table.
I like how engaged he is and wanting to plan stuff.
He's actually like, cool. I like this, I like that, instead of just being like, you decide.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like with Muhammad and Safa, I get the vibes that Muhammad is going to be like, whatever she wants, I don't care. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe without this. Without this also. It was too much. She put something like... There was a pigeon on top of the cake.
Don't you hate on pigeons, Shafiq? We are pro-pigeon in this household.
We are a pro-pigeon household.
You didn't choose your dress yet? It's in 1 week and you didn't choose your dress?
The time frame is incredibly short. It's the show, dude. Like, you can't really blame her for that.
It is the show, yeah. And if she doesn't know what the wedding is going to look like, maybe she wants to match her dress to the vibe of the wedding.
And maybe she wants your input for the vibe of the wedding so she knows how to dress match for it. So honestly, maybe it's the nicest possible option. Maybe.
Maybe I say no in there. Or she'll say no.
Maybe I say no.
I mean, I do like that she's like, you get what you give kind of thing. Every time did he say, I might say no? And she said, I might say no too. Like, you going to talk like that, she's going to talk like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I see over and over again. Is he's a little sensitive when she throws back what he throws out. And I think that's for me, his biggest room for growth.
That's kind of what his parents and grandparents said, though.
Right?
He doesn't like to take what he's giving to
He's
people.
a hothead.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Like, he's not the worst, but like, he's definitely a hothead.
He gets irritated, and then he doesn't want anyone to be irritated with him, but he wants to be able to be irritated.
We've never experienced this before. We may have experienced it today before we started filming. Should we leave that in? Should we like do like the gray tone and then like our little spat?
Oh my gosh. Stop it.
Smug as
acting like the aggrieved party over here.
I'm not aggrieved. I'm not aggrieved.
Jesus.
Well, we have it on camera.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Stressing me out.
Why?
I'm on my period and you're stressing me
There's
out.
nothing to stress about.
Well, but you don't think that I am.
If you didn't commit a crime,
let's watch
you have
the show.
no reason to worry.
Let's watch the show.
Around the clock, chatting with the mom. I make the decisions. It's not my mom who makes the decision for me, or my dad who makes the decision for me.
So they're having a little stress around wedding planning, which I think is actually pretty normal.
That's normal. It's actually like a huge thing for so many couples, isn't
Wedding
it?
planning on this kind of a short timeline too.
God.
So stressful.
Especially when two people are invested in the styling, because you're marrying two different people that really don't know each other, and then their styles and tastes.
But according to our customs and traditions, the men need to come to the girl's house and ask her father for her hand in marriage. But in my case, it's my brother.
We already know that Safa's brother's going to say yes.
Yes.
We're honored to ask for the hand of your honorable Safa.
We let them decide, but we as a family, we approve of their engagement.
Oh, that's great. There seems like a lot of like ceremony around like even like the statements and stuff. Like it's like very intentional. But even we accept, but it's not them making the decision still. It's that we accept what they decide.
Yeah,
which
that
is
was
nice
so sweet.
Because that's great. It's almost like they don't. Well, okay, Safa's like, you need to do this, but it's almost like he doesn't view it like maybe there would have been a continuation or something past this without that, but the appreciation that they did it the traditional way.
I think Muhammad wanted to do it too.
Yeah.
I think some of the editing around some of these situations is a little weird and I don't really understand, but like for instance, like the unnecessary tension around them asking.
I know.
Like the music behind it was very tense.
Yeah.
And then the situation didn't actually feel that way, right? It felt sweet and beautiful, and instead they put this like tense background music.
Yeah.
And it was the same way when they were talking about the fact that Muhammad wanted to do the formal traditional proposal.
He always did. It was just a logistical
right.
thing.
It was logistics, their problems, not that she wanted him to do something he didn't want to do.
Yeah.
Like I think it was important to both of them.
Congratulations.
Yay, they're as good as married, right?
Oh, they're getting married for sure. There's no question.
There's something very beautiful about it. I'm happy with both families being here.
These shows I feel like are always worth it. If you get just one good, strong couple like that, it feels worth it to me.
I hear you.
I feel good, but also stressed a little bit.
So even if Shafiq and Dunya break up, or Kitab and Asma break up, and the only people we're left with are Safa and Muhammad, like,
we're happy.
So worth it.
Yeah. And honestly, the other two couples here, even if they don't work out, they gave it good tries.
They did.
And,
I feel like everybody on the show did, with perhaps the exception of Noor. I'm not 100% sure why she continued on the show, maybe for more airtime.
I feel like it's airtime.
I
would agree with those people.
But the rest of the people on the show, even the couples that didn't work out, I feel like they went on with like good intentions.
I agree.
My mom
was my dad and my mom and everything for me.
Oh, Dunya.
Comfort her. There you go, Shafiq. There you go. It's like, be nice.
I would never do this on a man.
She saw her mom have to take care of everything, so she's like, I'm going to take care of myself.
Yeah, like she feels like she has to maintain a sense of independence in a way.
In order to be safe.
Yeah.
My heart was telling me go, while my head's telling me don't. Because I think in the relationship, we're three.
I will acknowledge it's hard to be married when a parent is involved in your wedding, in your marriage.
Well, this is like on the US season, Bobby and Jasmine. Do you remember them? Her mom
was it UK?
That was UK.
Bobby and Jasmine. Yes, perfect example.
Her mom was so involved that her and like Jasmine and Bobby had to talk about it, and Jasmine had to put up a bit of a boundary with her mom. Doesn't mean she doesn't love her mom. Doesn't mean that they're not still really close. Doesn't mean her mom isn't in her life all the time. But just that she's not going to go to her mom with every small thing that happens between her and her husband.
Yeah, and she said that. She's like, no, you aren't in our relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is important for couples to be able to deal with their own things.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, it depends on, I think, that relationship. Because I saw in that example, the mom was very much like a helicopter mom in a lot of ways. And she was like, I'm not hating on her at all. And I think that she gets really along with Bobby now. And it was kind of a beautiful resolution. But she was super like, no, this is my way of the highway kind of attitude.
Right.
And I know that Dunya's mom is like very much there for Dunya. But I don't get the feeling that Dunya's mom wants to be in their relationship as much as Jasmine's mom did in that example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear that. I don't know, like, what the impetus necessarily was for, like, the fight that Dunya and Shafiq are having. I just know that, like, let's say Dunya's calling her mom every time there's something
every time they
small.
argue or something.
That's a tough one because on one hand, it's like you should, in my opinion, like, you should have an outlet to call. If you are frustrated with me, you should have people that you can call and talk to about that. And if you don't, that's a problem.
Bad.
Like, isolating
I think
people
everybody
from
needs
that is
people that isn't just like there are times when I felt like you were the only person I could talk to.
Yeah,
and that was dark times because if you and I fight, then like, where do I have solace?
Totally.
You know?
Yes.
And that was at a time too when I was like kind of estranged from my parents for a bit and stuff. It was like incredibly difficult.
Yeah, because you need people like that. You
need
to be able to talk to people about the difficulties you're having without it being a slight to your partner.
Yeah.
Because it's
just
not.
a vent even.
Exactly. I just think it also can get like, while you need somebody to be able to vent to, it can get to the point where it can be a situation where then if that person gets involved, and I have no idea with Dunya's mom, but if that person then is like getting too involved in the situation, it can be a bad thing for a relationship.
Toxic or whatever. Absolutely.
So it's hard to like walk that line.
Yeah, it's a hard line.
I honestly feel like maybe Safa and Muhammad are the only couple that ends up getting married at the end, because Shafiq and Dunya are having some kind of like major, not issues in their relationship, but kind of like miscommunications and like difficulty.
Seems pretty regular for them. Honestly, it seems like every episode there's a little something.
And then Kitab and Asma, it just doesn't feel like they've had enough time. And I don't know if that's just because of the people that they are, or like the logistics with their families being able to meet each other, or maybe Netflix just hasn't shown us as much of their relationship. But I just don't feel like the level of connection that the other two couples have, it doesn't look like Kitab and Asma have, like that romantic relationship.
Yeah, and when you're talking about it at the dinner, like the closeness that Muhammad and Safa and then Shafiq and Dunya had did look different than Kitab and Asma. But I mean, there's still a lot of positive things about them. And I like the way Asma's showing up. Obviously, Kitab is really into her. She's like seems really into him. But you know, are they enough to get married in 2 weeks or a week from here?
Even if like Kitab and Asma don't get married and they break up, like they're both great people. Like I think they're both gonna find people that they really mesh well with, you know? And it's nice to be at this point in a season and still like this many of the cast members.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Thank you for watching with us. Like the video if you liked the video. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to keep watching the rest of the season with us. And we will see you for the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And then I got it knocked, and I started going,
Ridiculous.
All those tearjerker.
Hey, we're gonna go on a cruise this summer. You should come with us.